All right, Kendall, thank you for coming to us today. We are so happy to having you here. As this month, we are talking about women and finance, and it's such a pleasure to interview women who is providing such an impact.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here and excited to do this interview.
Well, great. So as you might know, financial literacy is a big problem worldwide, and that's why we created Money Masters, a fun and easy way to learn about money. In essence, we're the Duolingo of finance. So we're partnering with people just like yourself to give more of a financial education and make it accessible to all. So just a little introduction.
So my name is Almira. I'm working as a digital marketing manager at Money Masters.
And I'm Ekta. I'm the product owner here at Money Masters and have everything to do with all things related to content. And Kendall, we'd love to start off with asking you a little bit about your story.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Kendall Brochardt. I live in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I grew up in Houston, Texas. My mom was a single mother when I was 3 and later remarried. I had a great childhood. My first job out of college was at a bank in Texas, and I worked there for 5 years. And I'd always been interested in investing. And so as an opportunity came up to leave my safe, conservative salary job to be a rookie financial advisor. And I was, I did that opportunity. My mother absolutely thought I was crazy. So I wanted to just have that opportunity. I was 29 years old and I never looked back. The firm I joined, I was so lucky. It had a small group of successful women financial advisors. And one in particular was what I would call my informal mentor, because we never really went through a program, but she had an open door policy. I could walk in and she really taught me the ins and outs of the industry. And so I'm very appreciative for that. Over the years, I've been in investing or markets world for big firms and little firms and firms in between. And, I think I always think about follow your heart, because if you don't, you'll always be searching for it, right? I've loved everything that I have done and love this industry.
Yeah, I love how you say follow your heart. So if we are summarizing your experience, what you can say were the biggest achievements and failures?
I think my biggest achievement, it could be small to somebody else, but when I was at that rookie financial advisor job, I'm going to age myself because I used to cold call out of a phone book. And I got a hold of this widow named Fern, and she was an elderly woman, and she invited me to come to her house to meet with her, which of course I did. I was there for about 2.5 hours, and I learned all about Fern and her family and her needs and her wants, and I left that house with a $100,000 check. And to me, at 29, it was the biggest account I've ever had. And instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I've got this new account, I just thought I was walking down the sidewalk away from her house. I am so glad that I met Fern today, because I will take care of her. And I'm so glad that somebody else just didn't get a hold of her to take advantage of her. I was at the firm for 2 more years and I left. And so I assigned Fern to another woman advisor. And so let's say 10 years passed and I happen to run into this financial advisor and I say, how is Fern doing? She says, Kendall, as a matter of fact, I just helped her buy a new car last weekend. So I was like, oh my gosh, she's still taken care of. So to me, it was Fern.
Oh, this is so touching.
That is such a it's so impactful. And just in terms of what Almira was mentioning, and in terms of what would you consider some failures maybe, or something that impacted you?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think about a failure as a missed opportunity. I think back in the early 2000s, I started a networking group with women advisors. It was just advisors, no clients. And so we probably had like 6 of us, and I was more of the director, the facilitator. And we had, great content. Everyone would share, kind of lead the charge each week. And then over time, over like a year or so, it kind of faded out, right? Everyone got busy and just in different ways. I look back on that, not as a failure, but I wish I could have spent more time on it, because we could have got more members. And where would that be today, right? Because that's really just something I wish I had done.
Yeah, it rings a bell, right?
Yeah, it does, exactly. But I guess, how do you know, like if you wish you could have done that, done it differently, how would you have come back then? Like maybe some advice you would want to pass on to the younger generations or something.
Yeah, I think, I think that people won't remember what you do. They won't remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. And I think contribute, make an impact, help others, kind of like a firm. Like that was a big deal to me, but I think the more you can get out there and just contribute to the world, then and have fun while doing it too. It doesn't have to be all work, but it can be small. It doesn't have to be something huge because it could have a big impact on somebody else.
That's 100% true. Kendall, finalizing our interview, why do you think it's so important to learn about finance?
Well, because it's money, and money is all around in our lives, right? And so I think I'll kind of focus this more on the investing side and kind of wealth and all that, because that's really been my world. But I've always thought that investing, and I will tell friends, it's simple. It really is simple. Markets go up and markets go down, but over a long period of time, they will be up. They are. And so all of this other noise, the TV, it's true, it's out there. Because I think about the last 25 years of my world, of what's happened, right? I mean, we've had 2 Russian defaults, a war today, the tech crisis, the lost decade of the 2000s, the pandemic, a global recession in '08. I mean, serious stuff. And if you think back like 25 years ago and you knew all of this was going to happen, would you have invested? No way, right? You're like, are you kidding me? And a war and I mean, stuff you can't even make up. No, you wouldn't. But guess what? The markets averaged about 9.8% over this 25-year period with all of this serious stuff going on. And so if you think about that and kind of take away the noise we hear, that's what I try to do with our clients is all this noise, we're in this for the long term, and I think you have to be patient. And Warren Buffett, what does he always say? Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. And we're pretty fearful right now. I mean, there's inflation, there's a lot going on in this world. And you can either look at it as an opportunity or you can look at it as I'm scared. So I think keep it simple. It's a long-term, way to invest, and it's great to do it when you're young.
Incredible. Kendall, how our listeners can know more about what you're doing?
We are a wealth management firm. And so we have clients from, a small client to a family office client abroad. And it is our mission to, we want to empower other financial advisors, men and women, and also clients. And so we have a big heart and have a history of experience of impact investing. And so that's it's not all we do, but it's a big part of what we do. And it's a mission for us as well. So, that would be probably the best place to look for us.
Incredible.
And now, are there any final words you'd like to share just to our users out there?
I think Money Masters is a great place to go, and you can kind of test your skill. And it's all about education and just reading and learning, and not getting into the weeds. Like I said, keep this simple and start small, and it will start to grow. That's what I teach my nieces and nephews when they're young. Just a little bit, whatever you can do, $5 a month, and it will all of a sudden it will start to snowball as time goes by. And even if you're 50, start somewhere.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And also, it's not only $5, but 10 minutes a day can save you from so many financial bad decisions, right? Just spend
Exactly.
10 minutes a day, Money Masters app.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Kendall. This has been such an inspiring and informative conversation. We're really happy that you were able to join us today.
Yes. And thank you, guys. Thank you for all you do. You are making a huge impact out there as well. So together we'll do better, right?
Exactly. So, and our listeners who wants to learn more about finance, please visit our website, www.moneymasters.app, or you can download our app on App Store and Google Play.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.